Hello, I'm here. I've been freed by the government, which is where I have been held for the past few days. I was summoned for jury duty starting on Tuesday of this week. And yeah, that's just what I've been doing. For those of you that have been following along, I've actually been summoned for jury duty before, multiple times, in fact. And one other time, I even sat on a case, which was interesting. But I will say this experience was like a lot different. I can't talk about the details of the case because it's still ongoing. I've been dismissed from the jury at this point. I won't be part of the trial. But the selection process was kind of a nightmare. I can't lie. The last time I did this, which was like 10 years ago, it took them like an hour or maybe 2 to select the jury, and they were asking us just like softball questions. Like it was nothing. Now, granted, that case was like something easier. I will say it was a little less particular. Thank you for the birthday wishes, Scorn. Yeah, my birthday is tomorrow as well. Maybe that's why they freed me. I don't know. Bro got fired by the judge. Accurate. I mean, yeah, that is kind of for whatever reason they didn't want me on the jury, but yeah, I'll take it. But anyway, so I go in on Tuesday, which was the day that I was summoned. Monday, I guess, is like a federal holiday. It was President's Day, which is not something I usually have off. Basically failing an interview. Yeah, but it's like an interview that you kind of want to fail. So I go in bright and early Tuesday morning, and I basically like immediately get like summoned for a case. Like they put you all in a big room. There was like 150 people in there, and they were like, we sat there for maybe like half an hour. They played like a little like orientation video, like it's the fucking first day of school. And then like about like 30 minutes go by, and they're like, okay, we're gonna start calling names for cases now. And I didn't get picked for the first one, but then the second one I did. And so I went down to the courtroom, and I just like, they had me fill out a questionnaire, and then they were like, okay, you can go. I was like, all right, I guess, cool. So I was home before lunch that day. But then Wednesday and Thursday, we sat in that courtroom all fucking day and just got grilled with questions. Like, just absolutely like, it was like, it was intense. I can't even lie. Like, some of the questions were, pretty, I don't want to say like invasive, but like you're under oath and you like have to answer these questions. And some people had like just crazy stories. I would love to be able to talk about them more, but because the case is still ongoing, I don't want to say anything that I'm not allowed to say. Because I do have some like details about what the case is about, and it's probably starting today. In fact, are the questions themselves relevant to the story? They're relevant to the case, which is why I would hesitate to bring them up, I guess, because like they ask questions that are related to what will be on trial, so that they can determine if you'll be like a good juror or not. Some of them are kind of vague, but I feel as though I should probably just not even go down that path until the trial is over. Did this man murder 6 baby chickens? Who said it's a man? Who said it's a man? Women can commit crimes too. Is it a serious case? I will answer this. Yes, I'm glad to not be on that jury, if I'm being honest. I mean, like, at some point, all crimes are serious to some degree. But I can say now, because it was a decade ago, the last one I was on was a DUI. And the dash cam video of the guy like swerving all over the street was like a little upsetting. But overall, it wasn't. It was pretty cut and dry. Like it wasn't like, it was fairly simple, straightforward. This one though was definitely a more complex issue. I'll just put it that way. On a scale out of 10, how bad was the crime? Okay, we're getting into the weeds a little bit here. I mean, if the person who was accused did what they were accused of, it's like a 10. Or like a 9. I don't know. I mean, it was real deal. I will talk about it someday because it was a really interesting experience. It was different from my first jury experience. Yo, Leave, thank you for the birthday wishes. Good to see you, my man. I hope you're doing well. Hydrate. Well, okay, if you insist. But yeah, it was a crazy experience. In 15 years, once the case actually ends. No. The case will take like a week, they said. So, you're gonna let me die of thirst on my birthday? Man, I just woke up. That was the other thing. I couldn't believe how exhausting it was. Like, all we did really was like go into the courtroom and sit in like the jury chairs and just get asked a bunch of questions. I couldn't believe how tired I was at night. See, here's the thing. Like I said, that previous one that I was on was they selected the jury in like an hour or two. Now it was a simpler case, whatever. But like that was what I was expecting. I did not expect like 2 full days of like interrogations. It was crazy. Do you show the jurors your favorite Balatro strategy? No, but I did actually talk to a lot of the other prospective jurors, including some of the people who ended up actually on the jury. And they were all very nice people. I hate to say it, but like it like restores a little bit of faith in humanity when you like go somewhere and like you're just like put in a room with strangers and like you just like start talking to people and they're like all nice and friendly and like fairly normal. There was some like quirky individuals, but like everyone was really nice. So that like made the experience better. I'm crazy ADHD. If I was in jury duty, I would have yapped about the best stratagem in Helldivers 2. It was funny because like, and I didn't say this out loud, but this applies to myself as well. A lot of people, as for like a reason why they felt they couldn't be a part of the jury was because they have anxiety and the situation was like stressful for them. And unfortunately, the judge shut that down pretty fast. She was kind of just like, yeah, I think maybe everyone has a little anxiety about this. I feel bad because some people were definitely like struggling to like answer questions and stuff more than others. But like, it was kind of a little bit of like, yeah, like, sorry, that's not really an excuse. Thank you, Squidward. We should play the Joy of Creation demo. Interesting. It was not on the docket, but I may not get to it, but I'll pop it on the wish list. Looks scary. It looks scary. Oh, inspired by Five Nights at Freddy's. Dude, don't make me do this. Don't make me do this. The biggest yappers were mostly like older folks. I'm not playing a Five Nights at Freddy's fan game. I'm sorry. I'm just not. I'm sure it's fine. It's not my thing. The biggest yappers were like the older folks on the jury panel. Like they would get asked a question and it was just like, all right, life story time. I'm sure that game is fine. It's not my thing. Okay, so anyways, that's enough about that. The more I yap about jury duty, the more likely I am to say something I'm probably not allowed to say. Give it like a week or two and I might be able to say more about it. What's up, Comicus? Five Nights at Freddy's is a weird game. I can't explain it. I am just like, I missed the train. I just missed, like, I'm a little too old to have like, for Five Nights at Freddy's to have been like culturally relevant to me. And the games don't look fun. Like if you enjoy them, fine, but like it looks like playing a PowerPoint to me. I'm just not into it. So not my thing. I understand a lot of people grew up with the games and they're like, I just missed the train. I missed the train on them. I'm just a little too old to have been like in the target window for like people who are into Five Nights at Freddy's. Okay. Anyways, that's enough about jury duty. Again, I actually do have some pretty crazy anecdotes that I want to share, but I have to just wait. You probably get asked this a lot, but will you stream when Fraud releases for Ultrakill? Yeah, I'll stream it. I think people should set their expectations low as to what all I'm gonna do with Fraud. I will play it. I'll probably P rank it and do challenges and stuff like that, but I'm not gonna probably make like a bunch of videos on it or anything. I think the time of me like being that level of invested in Ultrakill has well passed. But I will play it. I will play it and stream it. I just want to set expectations accordingly. Here's hoping that your birthday will be the start of the year, like officially. Dude, that's so true. Like, I actually have not, I haven't done anything this year. I haven't played Ultrakill since last year. Same. And by last year, I mean like almost like a full year. I haven't played the game. I mean, I probably booted it up to like do something or other, but like actually like seriously played the game. It was, you know, I was playing it a decent bit like in like the month that followed the Ultra revamp, but otherwise no. Played it like a week ago for 20 minutes. I mean, like 20 minutes is probably about as long as I have played it since then. Maybe even like cumulatively. I'm actually curious when the last time I launched it was. It says November 1st. I wonder what I did. I probably opened up the game to take a screenshot of something or like double check something. Maybe just to get a quick clip of something specific. I'm glad you've enjoyed rewatching the old videos. I'm gonna do something with Fraud, but I don't think it's ever gonna be like it was. I feel like it would be like untrue to myself and my channel and what I want to do with my content to like you know fake that I'm still like really into Ultrakill. I just am not. I will play it and I'm sure I will enjoy it. I mean, I still really like the game, but I just don't have like the drive to like make the kind of content that I used to. 17-hour 8.3 P rank stream. I have to admit, Hakita's saying that it's longer than any level in the game to P rank. I don't think I like that. I don't like the sound of that. I feel like those super long, like arduous P ranks should probably be reserved for like optional levels. Like it kind of sounds like a pain. But again, you know, we've already talked about how I'm not like as driven with the game anymore. I'm sure some people will really enjoy that experience. But it sounds like a bit too much to me. There's only so much you can do with a single game. Yeah, I mean, Ultrakill is like, well, I put 250 hours into it according to Steam, and that's like a lot for any game, let alone a game that is like at like a very zoomed out view, like a pretty small FPS game. So that alone is impressive, but yeah, I mean, like, I'm not really into cyber grinds. Like, at most, I've like done speed runs very casually. So once I've kind of ticked all the boxes of things that like I want to do, like P ranks and challenges and stuff, I kind of just put the game down because I don't know what else to do. And now, like, again, like, no offense to the development team, the updates just take a long time now. And so I do put the game down in between updates because, like, there's not like a year of fun in these updates for me, which is fine. But yeah, it has led to me, like, being a little less, like, invested in the game overall. Ultrakill isn't one of those super addictive games. Some people would disagree with you, but I'm definitely on the same page as you. I don't... Yeah, I don't know. I enjoy playing it when there's like new stuff to chew on, but yeah, then I hit the wall pretty fast. But yeah, mods, the thing with mods really is that like I had a stint of checking out a lot of mods for a while, and I had fun, and there was like some cool custom levels and stuff. But it tends to be that like the modding scene like has these like kind of plateaus in between updates, and then when the new update comes and breaks everything, it's kind of like back to square one. So I've sort of fallen off doing many mods for that reason. And I think maybe when the game is like fully released, I might check out more mods. But yeah. Played Helldivers 2 for 1,500 hours. I think Ultrakill is better designed than Helldivers 2, but Ultrakill just isn't a game that you play a lot. I mean, to be a little bit fair, like the entire like design philosophy of Helldivers 2 is that it's like a live service. Now, Ultrakill gets updates periodically, new content, stuff like that, but it's you know, there's definitely a line between like early access and live service. And I don't think Ultrakill is for most players trying to be endlessly replayable. I think some people will get that kind of playtime out of it, as evident by like people in my chat frequently who say they have 1,000 hours or whatever, 1,000+ hours. But I just don't think it's like trying to be that for most people. I think it's just trying to be, you know, a fun one-off experience that you might maybe replay to do P ranks and side content and stuff, and then put down, which is fine because that's already a lot more than many indie games offer. You know, let alone even AAA games. So I think that's still impressive. It doesn't need to be. There's definitely like a, sorry, you guys have gotten me off on like a rant tangent now. There's definitely a disconnect between like how I play games and how like, you know, a generation like 10 years younger than me or so plays games. And I think it has everything to do with the internet. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. But like when I grew up, it was like, do you guys even know what Blockbuster is? Blockbuster is a place where you could rent movies, but then also at some point video games. This was like before Netflix, before Steam, whatever. So I would rent games growing up from Blockbuster, and what I would do is like you would get these games for like 2 weeks, you'd play them, and then you'd return them. And plenty of games I would binge for like 2 weeks and then never touch again. How can you not know what Blockbuster is, dude? I don't know anymore. I mean, I'm hitting the point of where like I am officially like I'm old. I'm unk. Okay, like some people, you know, some people don't know Blockbuster. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, it's like video and video game rental type place. And so that was how I would play games. And like I would for like those 2 weeks, I would squeeze the fun out of them, and then I would return them. And like sometimes I would never play those games again. Sometimes I would go like I liked the game enough that I would go buy it and play more of it. But not always. And I think just like having started off my like gaming journey that way has translated into like adulthood for me, where I'm like, I get into a game and I play it for a while, but then eventually I'm ready to move on. Like, it feels like the disconnect is that like people like 10 years or so younger than me are like getting into games like as, you know, something to do like a little more like constantly. You know, maybe you were raised on like live service games. Maybe you really like being a part of fandoms online. Like this all was stuff that was like not really a thing when I was younger. I mean, I had internet, but like I wouldn't have even known where to go to like find like an online space for like a game that I was interested in. That isn't like a generic like, you know, Game Facts or whatever. So for me, it's not about that. Like even just like being kind of like pigeonholed as like Ultrakill guy is like, I feel like there's a disconnect between like what people who watch me and like what I think about the type of content that I'm making, because I've never viewed it that way. It's fine. Like I have come to understand that it's just a difference in the way that that I have consumed games versus the way that people who watch my channel have like grown up consuming games. But it is interesting. It's just something I've observed. John Big Hurt? What? Anyways, I just killed like almost half an hour yapping, but To be fair, your most popular video is Elden Ring. That is true. I will say that did not translate into me being perceived as an Elden Ring guy, because then I released another Elden Ring video and it flopped. But whereas Ultrakill has definitely had, like, I have more cumulative views on Ultrakill videos than I do on Elden Ring videos. So. Do you love the pre-stream Yap sessions? I mean, I do too, actually. Usually it's like the most engaged that chat ever is. So anyways, I'm going to leak a bunch of government secrets. Just kidding. Just kidding. Does anyone know when Fraud is coming out? It feels like we're closer now than we have been, but it would be nice to like have a sense. Okay, it's always soon TM. It was soon TM fucking 4 months ago. I know there's no release date, but BGB might know. Yeah, I mean, it's nice to plan to be able to like set aside some time, but if it releases and I just can't stream it on the day it releases, that's fine. I mean, truth be told, the amount of people that show up to this channel for Ultrakill only and then leave is like I don't know. It's not an ideal streaming experience for me. Maybe I should just like wait a week. The release date is a fraud. Fair enough. I have a better idea, but it's not close enough to tell yet. That's good because there was one thing that I wanted to do on my second channel before it releases. So I hope I'll have time. Because second channel is probably where I'm going to do Ultrakill videos from now on. Want to make a game that allows you to summon a clone of yourself that copies your fighting style, but it'd be hard to program? That would be really hard to program. If it copies, like, you know, specifically your, like, you know, human quirks of your fighting style and not just, like, the moves that you use. Man, I just like I was saying, I've just been like so out of it because I started off the year sick, and then I got back into streaming for like a week or two, and then I was sick again, and then I get back into streaming for like a week, and then I got jury duty. But now my slate is like finally clean, so I hope that like I don't have some kind of like surprise next week that prevents me from streaming more, because I would like to. Did they do it? Did they do what? I don't know. You said howdy, and then did they do it? So I'm gonna need more context than that. Anyways, I had jury duty. Did they do it? Well, no, they didn't do it, as in I did not get picked to be on the jury, and I have now been dismissed, so I no longer have jury duty. And I did not deliver a verdict. I sat there and just got asked a million questions, which was in its own way interesting. It was very different than my last jury selection. But no, I'm sitting here in front of you today because I did not get picked. So, and unless I get like a call and someone's like yelling at me that I didn't show up, I am led to believe that my jury service is completely done. And that I am off the hook for, you know, the next 4 years, at which point, knowing my luck, I will get summoned again, because it always fucking happens that way. So, I am free to, I don't know, enjoy my life. Enjoy the finer things in life, like Steam demos. I have 2 here that I want to play. Both very strange looking. Should be a good time, though. I think Steam Next Fest is next week, or if someone gets sick. No, so they select like reserve jurors when they select the jury, and I was not selected to be like one of the reserves either. Have you ever played Terraria? I have, long time ago though, but I have like, I think I have like 100 hours at least. Yeah, 115 hours in the game. Last played October 2021. There's Steam Horsefest on right now. Wow, I should have picked a horse-related game to play. No, I think Next Fest starts next week, but there are some like interesting-looking demos that are being released like ahead of time. And so because I wasn't even sure if I would be able to stream today, I figured it was a good day to just check out some demos. So I've got 2 of them here, and the first of the 2, I mean, I guess it's been the category that I've been sitting in on Twitch for half an hour. Making burritos, do you want one? Ironically, had a burrito for lunch. It was good, like a breakfast burrito.